Hello guys, so this is the June update, but before we start I just want to give a quick shout out to Mark from Self-Sufficient Me channel. Guys, Mark have a real deal small holding in Australia. He had a fruit trees, poultry, vegetables, and he's doing great job looking after all this stuff for years now. Above all, he's a great guy, so have a look at his channel guys, and meantime let's get going with this June update because there is a lot thing going on. Okay, so here is today's harvest. As you can see, I already have some tomatoes, and these guys here are the Fahrenheit open pollinated variety. You see how black they are at the top. What we also have is a lot of Boltardis. Now beetroots are going for it right now, so I have a lot of these guys. Chive as usual, and here we have radishes. This is the rainbow mix. I think we have 5 different varieties, and now we're coming to an end if it's about Calabrese, so I'm picking up the last heads. Okay, so we're entering polytunnel, and as you can see the growth is amazing. Now what we have and where. Here are the cinnamon, basil and Greek basil, both doing fine. Not much green fly, black fly, white fly, whatever. Nothing is touching them for now, which is great. Here we have cucumbers, and we have 2 varieties. I think these 2 are Vautoma open pollinated variety, from which I will try to collect seeds, and this might be market more. What I'm doing basically on weekly basis, I'm just using ear sticks to pollinate from those male flowers to the female one, and as you can see it does work. We have few cucumbers here and there growing already. I'm not doing any special pruning. All I'm trying to do is make sure that none of these will go out of control. Now tomatoes as well, really happy with them. Here we have a sun gold, I believe, which is already growing nicely. Here is the open pollinated Fahrenheit variety, and as I can see on some of those tomatoes, I can see this red colors, which means they should be ripe anytime soon. And here I have some of those flowers that I hope will not get cross-pollinated, from which I will try to collect seeds as well, because it's open pollinated variety. And here we have some other, but you know what, I thought that all of them are cherry tomatoes, and it seems that they are not. As you can see, these are just a normal size variety, but it's growing nicely. About melons, melons not doing very well, especially this one in the back. It seems that a lot of rain that we had, had really bad effect on it, because it seems that it could catch disease and at the same time black flies. So it's going to be going. I will be taking him out soon. Also, the problem with this polytunnel is that it is the lowest soil level on my whole plot where we're standing right now. So if there is any rain, this area is going to get soaked in with water, which means that if I want to grow anything in winter, I need to bring the level a bit up. Anyway, here are the peppers, chili peppers, and they're doing fine until they got attacked by something. I think this might be some kind of white fly, and there's something munching on them. So again, something for me to figure out, but so far they're growing. Okay, so now moving to the main plot. Here are the Sarpomira potatoes. I'm feeding these right now with my comfrey tea to give them potash, because I think now is the period of the 6 weeks before they're going to be pulled out, when they create tubers, so they need this potash. Now this area here, you guys, you remember, it was attacked by some kind of, I believe, fungi disease, might be wilt, and so what I've done, I had this idea of solarizing the soil, which is supposed to kill all the fungi under the soil, but it didn't work, guys. The solarizing soil in England, I don't think it's a good idea. All I've done is really created perfect condition for weeds to grow. So I removed all the covers, I weeded very well, and I decided to sow some lettuce mix and spinach in this row, especially that I noticed that this beetroot, which was originally here, survived this disease. So let's see how it's gonna work. So this is the flashy lettuce. If you remember, it was sown over 2 months ago, and it's still giving me really nice and juicy leaves. Here we're moving to another lettuce, which you probably know by now because I'm talking about it a lot. This is the Elleberg. and it is not being touched by slugs at all. I think this is some cross of the little gem. Now we're going to beetroots. This is the boltardi. It was sown in the clumps of 5, and as you can see, it's growing nice. Actually, let's pick up one of these, shall we? Let's just take one of them. There we go. So here we go, really good size. Here we have some carrots that I saw directly a few weeks ago, and some of them were eaten by the slugs, so I already sown a few more rows, but already they're doing fine. You know, I'm happy with how they're going for it. I covered them with the veggie mesh from the carrot fly, and here we have some garlic, and it was doing fine, but I think it got attacked by the garlic rust. See this stuff in here, and I think everyone else garlic got attacked as well, so it might be going out soon. Now onions, they really like it here. This is the bread, I think this is the I forgot the name, I will put it on the screen, but the white variety is doing really well. The spacing was 12 inches, which makes it really hard to weed, but it doesn't seem that it bothers the onions. You know, they're doing quite fine. They have really good size, so I might be using the same spacing next year. And if we go to the right, this is the fennel that I just transplanted from the seedlings, which I grow from seed in the back garden. And I'm gonna do some video later on at how I'm raising seedlings in the back garden, because there are some tricky parts which you guys might be interested in it. So fennel is doing good, and if you remember what I have there, there was the parsley. However, for some reason my parsley and the parsley of my neighbor over there got the same disease. I think this might be some kind of it might be even wilt or some bacterial disease, and it might be related to the weather we had. So I'm gonna give a try parsley once again. I sow seeds, and you know, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay, now we're moving to the beans. So we have two varieties. This is the cobra that you can see climbing on those teepees, and here we have a dwarf open pollinated variety. So again, I will try to save some seeds, and as you can see, some of those dwarf varieties, they seems to be falling over. So I wonder if I shouldn't maybe start making some support for them. But from the other hand, I really don't mind if that's, you know, if that's not gonna cause any problems. What's the issue with the beans? I guess as everyone else, guys, I have some black fly here and there. But what's good is that I have ladybirds to help me deal with this issue. So, oh, there you go. Here. So this is how this is my black fly infestation. So, you know, what I'm doing really is just crushing them literally with my fingers, and I have in plan some kind of repellent, you know, something like mixing onion, garlic, crushing this all together, putting into mixture, and adding some dish soap. Right, now we're moving to brassicas, both of these rows. So here is the cauliflower, which doesn't resemble cauliflower at all, but there is a good news, guys. I'm not sure if you can see, but I have small cauliflower heads. So I really hope that this will form nice head, because I had some heads forming on the other cauliflowers which were over there, and they just shoot up. So what I'm doing here is I'm using comfrey tea to provide as much potash as I can, rather than nitrogen, because I think nitrogen might just shoot them up. So rather than using nettle tea, which is full of nitrogen, I'm using comfrey. And here previously we had some Chinese green, some kohlrabi and cauliflowers sown and grow through the spring, and now I have successive sowing, planting of Brussels sprouts and autumn cauliflower. So as you can see, I'm trying to utilize those beds as much as I can. Different crop in spring being followed by different crop that's gonna fry in autumn. And I must say, the spreadsheets and I've done throughout the winter that are available, you know, in the Google Docs. You can find link to them in my about section. Those spreadsheets are doing amazing job in reminding me where should I sow everything. Okay, and this is the This is the last brassicas. So what we have here, we have some autumn cauliflowers which are growing here, and what I've done, I interplanted them with fast growing radishes. So these radishes will be going out soon. Actually, let's pick up a few. So as you can see, they have really big size right now, and this is the rainbow color variety, so we have different colors. And I think that's what you can do, guys. You can, you know, the radishes grow so fast. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do on this bed as well. So before the other plants mature, you're gonna have huge harvest of radishes, and the radishes are the same family as cauliflowers, so you do not mess up your crop rotation. You know, you keep the same plant family. So anyway, here we moving to the herb bed. This is my small herb bed. Here we have a thyme. As you remember, I just bought it in one of the groceries and just put it into the ground, and it's doing really well now, two years in a row. Here we have chive, which went crazy, and as you can see, I'm cutting this on a regular basis. Also, what's very interesting is that this basil, this is again Greek basil, the same variety that I grow in polytunnel, and it, guys, if you can see, it looks equally amazing outside as it is in polytunnel. Why is it strange? Because I was sure that slugs will just be all over it, but it seems that they don't like it. I don't know if this is because of all the other herbs that are growing nearby, but you know, really happy to see that. Here is the sweet Majoran. Again, what I'm doing, I'm just picking up the side shoots, and I'm gonna be drying this throughout the winter. And what I've done with mint, I put the pot without the bottom, just to make sure that they're not gonna go wild and start spreading everywhere. You see, like those small shoots, they just, otherwise they would go under the soil, but they cannot, so they popping out just at the border of the spot. Behind the herb bed we have grocery potatoes, so basically organic potatoes that I bought in the shop. I just put them in the ground and they're going crazy. Now the only tricky part is I don't know if these are like earlies, second earlies, main crop. However, let me show you what I found. Look at this. And I didn't brought it with me from home, guys. This was here yesterday. I pulled it from the soil. So you know, this crop looks really promising. So here we have two varieties of sweet corn. And what I've done as well, I grow some courgettes in between. Courgettes are here to cover the area, cover the soil with the foliage, so that I don't have too many weeds growing. This is just one of the natural ways you can control weeds in your garden. And we have some other courgettes in here as well. So you know, they're doing fine. We'll see how they will do. Quickly touching on the strawberries. Strawberries already done for this year. I had really good crop from them. Here we have the El Santa on the left. Here we have on the right some of strawberries that were given to me by some other allotmenteers. As you can see, what I've done, I removed the sheepwool from the middle and I guide those runners here. So these runners will form two other rows of the strawberries that I will be able to crop next year. Okay, now we're moving to the raspberries. I supposed to weed them last weekend, but I forgot to do it, so we have some weeds here and there. And this is the summer variety that was bought, and as you can see, it started giving me some fruits, which unfortunately I believe were eaten by the birds. But the thing is, I do not expect too many fruits from those this year. This year they're just supposed to grow, and you know, they're probably gonna be like 2 meters high, and I'm gonna be trying to harvest something from them next year. Here we have the autumn variety. As you can see, it's growing as well, but again, this is the first season, not much to say. All I'm gonna say about this area is that this cover is doing amazing job. I just don't have to do anything despite weeding these two rows, and it works even that we are now in July. Now, if you remember, I had 2 rows of I had some black covers here as well, and I saw beans, but they were completely eaten by the slugs. So that didn't work. Slugs were living under the tarps and just popping out in the evening, eating my beans. So what I've done, I saw another beans, and I just basically what I've done, I removed the black covers and put those new seedlings, and so far they're doing fine. Here in the back are the sunflowers. Sunflowers were completely left alone for their own device. I wasn't hoping for too much, especially that I knew that there's going to be a lot of slug damage, which unfortunately we had. A lot of them are getting eaten by it. As you can see, some of them are going for it, so that's really good to see. And if you remember, this is the these are the comfrey that I planted in early spring. So they managed to push through the mulch and now they're growing just fine. Alright, so that's gonna be it. That's how the plot looks like with the covers on. And what can I say? June was month of weird weathers and some diseases that I seen for the first time, some pests that I had to deal for the first time with. But overall, a very interesting month. I mean, as you guys remember, the one main thing I want to achieve this year is learn a lot, and that's what I'm doing. I learn a lot, and at the same time I have amazing crop, and the vegetables that I'm pulling up from the soil, the fruits that I'm getting, there is much more of them than the one that got diseased or lost due to the insects. So overall, I would say this is really good first year. I'm really happy with it, and I hope that you guys also have really good June, a lot of harvest and not too many problems. So anyway, that's gonna be it, and I see you next time. Take care, bye.